Steph Curry just rolled back the years, dropping 46 points, helping the Warriors beat the San Antonio Spurs. At one point, the Spurs were up by 16 and another loss was looming large on the Warriors. But after a 22-point third quarter, Curry was able to put his team on his back and secure the dub. After fans were questioning whether the greatest point guard of all time was finished after dropping 11 points against the first seed in the Oklahoma City Thunder, Curry responded like he's always done during his career. So, let's break down how he got hot and dominated this strong Spurs team. Be sure to like and subscribe, and let's get into it. In the first play, he receives a high screen from Draymond on Castle, which leaves Castle trailing back and playing catch up. Stephon Castle does well to recover, in which Steph hesitates, which slows down Castle, allowing Steph to have the upper hand in the scenario and go past him. Will Richards opens the lane up by dragging Vassell, and Curry uses this to get an easy layup. Next play, Moses Moody drives towards the rim and is met by De'Aaron Fox. He finds Draymond free in the corner. Once Draymond gets the ball, Curry moves to the corner where Draymond gives a pass and sets a screen, allowing Curry to get free and gets a deep 2. Will Richards is initiating the offense on this play. He receives the screen from Horford and drives towards the right wing. Buddy Hield realizes the space in the paint, so he decides to cut. This also opens up the passing lane for Steph Curry. Curry uses his arms well to create a separation against Castle, and the lane that Hield opened up is free as he rotates to the corner, and this gives Curry an easy layup. Sorry to disturb the video, but over 95% of you have not subscribed, and I am closing in on 100 subscribers. I think I'm currently at 83 at the time of recording, so if you could please subscribe, it would mean a lot, and be sure to hit that like button because it just helps with the algorithm and the engagement. But I'll let you guys get back to the video. Next play, Horford gives a pass and sets the screen for Curry. Steph then drives at corner, and even with the size mismatch, he ain't able to stop Curry, and he draws the and one. Just crafty finishing around the basket, and he does well to draw the foul. The Warriors almost lose the ball here, but Jimmy saves it. Brian Podziemski clears the paint and rotates to the corner. Curry realizes this and gets into the paint and uses his shoulders well to create separation against Keldon Johnson. And once again, Steph shows his variety in finishing with a hook shot. I'm not sure whether that was Steph or Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. A fast break opportunity for the Warriors here, and Podziemski passes it to Steph. The Warriors have an advantage here with a 4v3. If there was a player to ever guard when trying to shoot that free, it is Steph Curry. Fox falls for the pump fake and Steph scores the midi. I think sometimes people forget that Steph actually has a very good midi just because of his 3-point shooting caliber. Jimmy has the ball in the corner. Now, just look at Steph and track his movement. I mean, he's been doing it his entire career, and it's a reason why it's very hard to guard him. But his ability to get into the defender's blind spots and get free is amazing. Jimmy drives, he sees Steph on the relocate and passes it to him for the wide open 3. The next play is all about off-ball screens, which allows Golden State to have a 2v1. Draymond sees Jimmy going towards the ball, so he sets a screen on Barnes, allowing Butler to get free. Butler passes it back to Curry and sets a screen, leaving Steph for a wide open 3. And when Steph is feeling like this, you simply can't stop him. Champagnie becomes his victim and he creates separation to get an open look for the 3. As always, he drains it. He does the same for this midi too. This is just elite scoring and elite finishing from the best point guard of all time. And this last play, Horford receives the ball at the elbow from Podziemski. As Pods passes it, he sets a screen on Champagnie, allowing Steph to get free. There's miscommunication from the Spurs and Curry drains the 3. Steph receives a high screen from Horford. Vassell does well to actually fight over it, but Curry goes behind his back and drives to the paint. He sees the lane that was opened by Jimmy Butler and Al Horford, and he's managed to go through that little space and get a layup. I mean, last night the Warriors, they weren't great, but Steph Curry in that third quarter, he really changed their footing. As I said before, they were down by 16 at one point, but it's not only Steph Curry. I think Draymond Green was great. He gets a lot of critics about his antics off the court, and a lot of people say that obviously because he's not a scorer, how can you really classify him as a very, very good player? But last night what you saw from Draymond Green was not only defense, but his understanding of the game is something else. And there's not many players that can go 1 of 10. I think he went from shooting or something bad like that. He got 6 fouls, but he was still plus 15 when on the court. There's not many players that can do that. And a big shout has to go to Draymond Green, because a lot of plays that he does is very selfless. And, you know, the antics that we see, it may not look pleasing to the eye, but it gets his team going. It gets his fans going. It gets the Warriors fans going. Obviously, they weren't playing at home, but it gets fans going, get his team going. And you need that bit of grittiness, that bit of bite in your team, especially when things weren't going well, because the Warriors were on a downward trend, and especially after the big loss against OKC, like, you know, fans were saying, is it time to get picks? Is it time to tank? And is it time to enter the lottery? But when you have guys like Steph Curry, Jimmy Butler, who I think he's been underrated this season. I mean, he hasn't been great, but the way some fans are talking about him, again, is like he's finished, but he's not. He just had a bad few games, just like this entire Warriors team. And when they have to turn it on, they can turn it on. Steph Curry, once again, 46 points. I mean, people always seem to doubt him, and when people doubt him, it's like he gets even better, and you just can't really give him this space, give him this time when he's just feeling it. And the first 2 quarters, yes, he wasn't great, but all he needs is that first 3 to go in. And in the third quarter, you just see him, he just looked like he couldn't miss, and he changed the tide for this Warriors team. A lot of questions have been asked about this Warriors roster, and I do feel like there's a lot of holes. I do feel like they need another center. I feel like their role players just aren't consistent enough when it comes to shot making, when it comes to playmaking. There's a lot of question marks around Brian Projemski, Buddy Hield, Moses Moody, Gary Payton. I mean, you know, you have guys like Quinton Post, who is young, but again, is he the center that you think is going to be able to get you to the playoffs and give you a good run? No, not really. Obviously, you have Steph and Jimmy, and when you have Steph and Jimmy, and also Draymond Green as well, as I said before, you'd ideally want to give them a chance to at least give you a good playoff run. So it looks like the Warriors might be doing that, and the front office will be looking to do that. But comment down your thoughts below on Steph, on the situation about the Warriors. I know I didn't really talk much about the Spurs, but I'll be waiting for another video to do a deep dive on them. But make sure to comment down below your thoughts on the Spurs. If you do have them, comment down your thoughts below on the NBA, on the Warriors, on Steph, on anything, and be sure to subscribe. But again, thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you later. Peace.